Urbanisation refers to the increasing number of people living in cities and towns rather than in rural areas. It is a process that has been happening for centuries, but it is happening fastest in poorer countries today. Urbanisation occurs when large numbers of people move from rural areas, countryside, to urban areas, cities. And cities themselves expand as they grow in population and size. In poorer countries, LEDCs, less economically developed countries, urbanisation is driven mainly by rural-urban migration. This means people are leaving the countryside and moving to cities. There are several reasons for this. Shortage of services in rural areas. In many rural areas of poorer countries, there is a lack of essential services like healthcare, education, clean water, and electricity. People might move to cities because they believe they will have better access to these services in urban areas. Perception of a better standard of living in cities. People often believe that life in the city will offer more opportunities and a higher quality of life. Cities are seen as places where you can improve your standard of living through better housing, schools, and healthcare. Even though cities can be crowded and poverty may still exist, many people move there with hopes for a better future. In rural areas, there are fewer job opportunities outside of farming. As cities grow, they create more job opportunities, especially in industries, services, and construction. For people living in the countryside, moving to a city offers the possibility of finding work and earning more money. Many people in rural areas depend on farming for their livelihoods. If crops fail due to droughts, floods, or poor soil, farmers might struggle to feed their families or make a living. This forces them to move to cities in search of jobs and food. In richer countries, MEDCs, more economically developed countries, urbanisation happened earlier, mainly during the Industrial Revolution in the 18th and 19th centuries. At that time, many people moved from the countryside to the cities because of changes in agriculture and the growth of factories. Cities were becoming the centres of industry, and rural jobs were declining. There are still some reasons people continue to move from rural areas to cities today. New factories in urban areas created jobs. In the past, when factories were being built in cities, they created many new job opportunities. This attracted people from the countryside, as the work in cities was more reliable than farming. Factories also paid better, which encouraged people to relocate for the chance of a better income. In more recent years, many old, run-down parts of cities in richer countries have been improved. Governments and businesses invest in redeveloping these areas by building new housing, creating green spaces, and making cities more attractive places to live. This makes living in urban areas more desirable, even for people who previously preferred the countryside. Urbanisation is happening at a much faster rate in poorer countries today than it did in richer countries in the past. As a result, cities in LEDCs can sometimes struggle to keep up with the rapid influx of people. This can lead to problems like overcrowding, a lack of jobs, inadequate housing, and strained services such as healthcare and education. However, urbanisation can also lead to positive changes. It can drive economic growth as cities become hubs for trade, services, and industry. People moving to cities often have better access to education, which can improve their long-term job prospects. As more people live and work in cities, it can also lead to better infrastructure like roads, schools, and hospitals being built to support the growing population. In conclusion, urbanisation is the process of people moving from rural areas to cities, and it is occurring rapidly in poorer countries today. This migration is driven by a search for better services, job opportunities, and living standards. While cities offer many opportunities, the rapid growth can also create challenges, particularly in LEDCs, where cities often struggle to keep up with the demands of their expanding populations.